Hello, welcome. All in red. I love it. I love it. I love it. Elvira's balloons. It's just perfect because we're all about love. So this is perfect.
Yes.
And February is all about the month of love. Well, 12 months of the year in my mind are all about love.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
drink to that.
right. Welcome to Conversations to Raise Vibrations. I am your host, Lisa Kelly, and I am always joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper. Look at that. Do you notice I got the hand right
Well,
this
you
time?
got your hand right. Yeah. Unlike the video we did.
I know. It's all
We'll,
good.
we'll leave that for later. Yes.
We'll leave that for later. So yes, welcome. Wednesday is one of my favorite days. I am
Yeah.
so grateful to be here as always. And if you are joining us live, we love it. And we do love to engage in conversation. So please, stick your name in the comment section, chat with us as we're going around. We try to get to as many comments as we can. If you're watching this later, please hit hashtag replay and let us know what you loved about this conversation. And we are on our beautiful YouTube channel, Conversations to Raise Vibrations. So if it feels aligned with you, we would love for you to go over there, like, share, and subscribe, because you never know who isn't on this page that could use that. And if they're not on this page, invite them to this page. But there could be a man in your life that you may feel that needs this conversation as well. So welcome. Good morning, Elvira. How are you
Yay.
on this?
Oh, I'm
We're
doing.
getting some winter storm, I think, although
Are we?
rain.
Oh my God. I'm supposed to be in the studio later recording my sound healing album. I'm doing
Oh,
a vinyl.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm doing it in Oakville, which isn't that far a drive, but if
No,
it's gonna be yucky, then we might have to wait till Sunday. Oh my
I
God. And all
know.
my instruments are set up there, all my sound bowls, my seven sacred chakra bowls, and all my other instruments. I feel like my babies are away from home.
Oh
And I
my
want to I want to
gosh.
get this thing done so I can have my babies back home. But yeah, we've been
Yes.
recording. Yeah, it's been so
That's
fun.
amazing. Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
I
cool.
can't wait.
We've had a few sessions. I'm working with this amazing it's called Planet Wide Records. My friend Stefan Danko, who is a total musicophile or geek or whatever, but he's got a mission that he wants to help humanity heal with sound. Is that not
Wow,
cool?
that's beautiful.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
he's a musician himself, and he's got this beautiful studio in Oakville, not too far from you. And yeah, we've been working, doing all these different sessions, testing out different, mics, and doing, the bowls, hitting them this way, doing
Yeah,
them this way, right? Like all these really cool things. And it's actually kind of tiring because he gets you to play the same thing over and over, and he's like
right?
testing levels and all this, and I'm like, okay, this
Yes.
isn't the way I normally do it. But anyway, it's very exciting though. And he's doing this thing where he records on analog. So analog is what came, like the reel to reel tape, right, that came before digital.
Yep.
Now everything's digital, but he is a music purist, and he's recording me on analog, and then he's going to put that on vinyl, and that's actually a purer sound than
Beautiful.
digital. Isn't that cool? Because
Yeah,
he
that's
wants to
cool.
use these albums to bring into hospitals and help people heal
Love
after
it.
they've had operations. Yeah, so I just feel so privileged. I get to work with
Love
this
it.
incredible world class, recording art. Well, I think he's a recording artist, but he's a recording engineer and producer. And he's got this guy going into his place this week, Roger Ginsley, who recorded Queen and all these like different people back in the day. And
Nice.
so these are the connections he has. So it's
Nice.
very, very high level recording that we're doing. So I'm super, super excited.
I
Anyway,
love it. I have a pretty cool story about a recording studio just quickly. My daughter
yeah.
is a singer as well, and she was in vocal lessons for years. And her vocal teacher was affiliate with a recording studio in Toronto, and the name is escaping me right now. But anyway,
Is it
she
Canterbury Records?
no,
Canterbury Record? Okay. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
used to take the kids in there, and she'd
Okay.
have recording sessions a couple times a year because they were recording, those CDs that you might see like in Shoppers or whatever, and
Okay.
all
Okay.
the kids, like it's somebody singing and then kids are in the background. Anyway,
Right. Right.
um, she's on that. She's on a few of them,
Cool.
but it was really cool for me. I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And then all the artists that were there were just
Yeah.
amazing. But anyways, that is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
what I was
Oh,
about
so
today.
cool. So
And we
cool.
have a Facebook user. Hello, hello. I'm
Hello.
sorry.
Who's with us? Who's with us?
Stick your name there. So happy you joined us.
Oh my
Today we
gosh.
are going to talk about a couple things that
There I am in the studio doing my thing. Anyway,
beautiful.
sorry, I just thought I would show that.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
So today we are going to talk about when oh, it's Janet. Hi, Janet.
Hello, Janet. We love
Oh,
Janet.
Facebook user. That's weird.
Yeah.
Um, Today we are going to talk about when things get difficult.
Yeah.
What do we do in our life and how do we handle these things? And, are we, being kind to ourselves when we're going through these things? So, Elvira,
Yeah.
did you want to start us off? Because you came up with this and you decided that this is what,
Yeah. Yeah.
we need to talk about today.
Yeah, well, interestingly, I've been noticing some people in my life having breakdowns, and I just want to hold space for anybody that's in a dark place,
Mhm.
and support them as they have a breakthrough. In fact, a world famous saxophonist, if that's the right word, just texted me and said, I need help, and I'm like this guy just follows me on Instagram, on Facebook, and I guess he sees the content I put out, and he felt like he could, confide in me, and he needs support. So I'm going to talk to him after we're done the show here. And people in my life are just going through some really, tougher times, and so I just felt like, yeah, that could be something if we could talk
Wow.
about that today. How do we deal? We're in the midst of the crap, when things just hit us, and there's tears, there's breakdown, and just, yeah, let's talk about how we deal with that. Yeah.
I love it. And you know what? Saturday, I went to see this beautiful woman. Um, she's a channeler. She's oh my
Yeah.
God, she's just
Oh, I had
beautiful.
that on Saturday too. I just interviewed her on my IG live with Elvira and Friends show. Anyway, keep going, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh my God, like the vibrations in this room were so high,
Yeah.
and just it felt more of guidance for me than psychic medium. Although people came through,
Yeah.
and it was just the most
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful guidance. I mean, I really needed it, but she did
Yes.
talk. And we all feel it, how mankind right now is going through some major, major shifts.
Yeah.
And whether you're in a transitional phase in your cycle, wherever you are in the cycle of life in your life at this moment, um, whether you're in that transitional phase or you're, beginning a new phase, we all feel it, right?
Yeah.
Mankind is going through some really major energetic shifts. And I
Yeah.
do believe I'm one, and my mom and I have deep conversations around this, around like all the planet shifts, like
Yeah.
all the, COVID. I think all of this stuff had to happen, right? The
Yeah.
universe, when they want to change something,
Yeah.
it's pretty big and they're going to shake the shit out of
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yeah.
really
Shake us to wake us, as I like to say.
the
Yeah.
systems need to be dismantled,
Yeah.
right? That's everything needs to be dismantled, all kinds of stuff. And you'll be the first to say, big pharma and governmental and healthcare and school systems and all, they need to be dismantled because we have more feminine energy on the planet
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
right? The patriarchy is sort of there, but we
Yeah.
need now the women are rising.
Yeah.
And when that happens, the energetic shift, and we feel it energetically,
Yeah.
especially if we are those empath beings and we're
Yeah.
on the planet to serve and we're doing all this healing work. We
Yeah.
are really going to feel it probably more. I would be brave enough to say probably
Yeah.
more
We are.
because we're in tune with it.
Yeah.
And I know, and and most people watching this know what I've gone through in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And um, so, what do we do to work through that? Because unfortunately there's no jumping over the fire. That you just
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
If you're in this work, and as my mom says, Lisa, you either believe in spirit or you don't. You cannot waffle back and forth. You cannot keep going back
Yeah.
and forth. You have to be in it and completely. And I was reading Course in Miracles yesterday, and if you want, I would love to share this piece with
Yeah.
you.
Please do.
Those because it was a really big piece for me.
Hmm.
Faithlessness would always limit an attack. Faith would remove all limitations and make whole. Faithlessness would destroy and separate. Faith would unite and heal. Faithlessness would interpose illusions between the Son of God and his Creator. Faith would remove all obstacles that seem to rise between them. Faithlessness is wholly dedicated to illusions. Faith is wholly to truth. Partial dedication is impossible. And
Mm.
we have to remember, and this is the thing, they
Yeah.
almost put it there, faith is bigger than love. Like,
Wow.
faith is so big because if we don't have faith, where are we? We're
Yeah.
walking. And when we have faith, we're surrendering. We
Yeah.
have to surrender to our
Yeah.
higher power. And when we completely surrender, that's when things shift. And they go on to talk about that in this chapter,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
I love
And
that.
so I know that was my biggest piece over the last couple of
Mhm.
years, is really learning how to surrender and have faith. That,
Yes.
for me,
Yes.
that was a big
Game
piece.
changer. Yeah.
It is a game changer. And people
Yeah.
say, okay, great, how do I surrender?
Yeah.
It literally is just saying, I surrender. I don't know what
Yeah.
this looks like. I surrender, and saying it over and
Yeah.
over. And for me, I'm, a big proponent of the Ho'oponopono and using that over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I that's my piece. What do
Yeah.
you say about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. No, as you were talking there, I was reminded of Oprah's breakdown where all these things were not going right, and then she had this moment of total surrender to the universe, God, source, whatever she believes is running her life and the planet, and all the planets and everything beyond. And she started singing that humble little song that she
Yeah,
learned as a
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
I surrender all.
yeah,
I surrender all. Anyway, so she had that moment where she literally let go of everything,
yeah,
and then all these incredible things started finding her. She got this part in, Color Purple. She was told that she couldn't lose any weight because her character needed to be that size, right? And she was struggling with weight. Meanwhile, she was totally okay. And I forget all these things that just
yeah,
found her when she totally let go.
yeah.
And so this is what I practice this as often as I possibly can, because this inner work that came through me, that's now become a movement, the Miracle Magnet movement, is all about having faith that we are divine beings, that we
Mhm.
were created by the divine, and we have a purpose uniquely our own. And if we're going through struggles, if we're going through strife, it's to make us better at how we're meant to serve. So even in the breakdowns, have gratitude, have faith that it's going to be okay, because you're being honed into more of who you're meant to be, right? Do you
Yes.
resonate?
Yes, yes, 100%. Oh my gosh, that just sounds so beautiful. And one of the things that this, well, she calls herself a psychic medium. Again, I say it's more of guidance. It was a lot of spiritual guidance for me, and talking about where we are in this, where I was in this cycle, and that this is a life of self mastery.
Mm,
And we are meant to self master, and that includes every area of our life:
yeah,
wealth,
yeah.
health, relationship, like everything. If you're in a cycle, if you're in a life for self mastery and learning, and then you are in it for everything. It's not just
Mhm.
one thing.
Yeah,
The universe doesn't exclude you. It's it's everything. It's the whole, if you will,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, Janet just said, "Love what you were saying," and Tori Joe is here. Good morning,
Oh,
ladies.
hello,
Oh,
Tori
I
Joe.
miss seeing you in your comments, by the way. I love that you join us.
Oh,
So it's
mm,
so but yeah, and a lot of times when we use our tools, you and I say this all the time, you can get out of it faster.
yeah,
But
that's
it's
it.
and the other thing is too, I just want to comment on that because I don't want people to feel bad if they can't get out of it faster, because that's
Yeah,
how I was feeling a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and I'm like, why can't I get out of this faster? I should know this. People are meant to be in that space for a while.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe you're going to stay in that space until you've learned everything,
Yeah,
right? And
Yeah.
if you're not sure what you're meant to learn, I mean, it's always my guides. Okay, show me what you want me to learn
Yeah.
from this. Be
Yeah.
clear, be specific. Show me what you want me to learn from this. So,
Yeah.
the don't feel bad if you're staying stuck in that space, because the judging yourself, which we're going to talk about in a second, is the self-care part of it. If you feel you can't feel bad enough to get yourself out of the hole you're in,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't. So
No.
stop that. Get those thoughts out of your mind, right?
Do something different.
Do something different. Just sit.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
sit with it. Be with
Yeah.
it.
Be with it.
What I talk to it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
showing up again. What is it you want me to learn from you?
Yeah.
Right? Because there's always something that it's happening for you. As you and I say, it's not happening to you. And so you can be grateful, or you can play the victim and be
Yeah.
pissed off you're in this, and then be in it even longer. So the choice is always
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And yeah, I so many things coming to mind. I remember my dad. He said when I was growing up, yeah, he had quite a bit of wisdom. My dad, he would say, "Elvira, if you do something good, you do it for you. If
Yeah.
you do something bad, you do it for you." And basically, what I think he was trying to say in all that is that I'm ultimately responsible.
Yeah.
And so it's about, taking back your power and realizing that you are the center of the universe. I mean, how you show up is what you receive, right? So he was kind of talking about law of attraction without even
Yes.
probably realizing
Yeah.
it back then. But
Yeah.
but I do remember, yeah, like I would make some pretty bad choices sometimes, right? You make them, you have to live with it. But
Mhm.
if you make a different choice, then you can reap the benefits from that, right? You do good, you do it for you. You do bad, you do it for you. It was a real simple way, like my
Yeah.
daddy's wisdom. And yeah, so but what I feel strongly about, Lisa, is that if you're watching this program, chances are you're a light worker too. And you
Yeah.
need to go to the dark in order to find the light.
Yeah.
And if you're in that process, have faith, like you talked
Mhm.
about. Have faith that everything you're going through is for a bigger purpose. And
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
if you've been to the dark, and like for me, I been suicidal ideation on more than one occasion. And my God, like to think of where I am now, and the journey that got me here,
Mhm.
it was absolutely perfect. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't take back one moment of that pain, because I would not have become who I am without it. So if
Mhm.
you can have gratitude in the midst of your pain and going, okay, I don't know, like this is how I used to feel back when I was in the process of my 2-year depression, anxiety, panic disorder. I literally had that mustard seed of faith where I said, I don't know why I'm going through this, but I know it's for a bigger reason. And
Mhm.
if you could just have that faith as you're going through something, you're going to get through it. Do the work, do the inner work, excavate, what is this showing you? How is this happening for you, not to you?
Mhm.
You don't have
Mhm.
to do it alone. You can join a group. We're going to be sailing shortly with our beta group of women that want to make the rest of their
Yeah.
life the best of their life. They can leap into their new life if they haven't been positive their whole life, but they know they're here for more. They can join us, Lisa, you and I. So excited to serve. They can join one of my community containers where people are using the Love Your Vibe Miracle Mindset that saved my life to get stop being a crap magnet and start being a miracle magnet. So there's different ways of doing it, and there's lots of other ways of doing it as well. But it's just do something and know that you're not alone. And in your pain, you don't have to stay stuck in the muck all on your own. You can
Yeah.
choose to reach out. You can choose to reach out to you, Lisa, for a session. I do sessions as well. Like, what is it that you need when you're in the muck, when you're
Yeah.
stuck in the muck? You don't have
Yeah.
to stay stuck in the muck.
Yeah. And sometimes, like just people, I have clients that come to me. So, just even for a Huna energy healing,
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
just see that healing in their
Shifts
energetic,
energy. Yeah, you're
and
so good at it, Lisa. I
it
love your
unblocks
magic. Yeah.
energy in the body, and it just gets things moving again that you didn't realize were blocked in the body,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So it's those types of things. I mean, I go to my energy healer when I'm feeling like that. Okay, I need to move something. I need to shift something.
Yeah.
But more importantly, what comes up for me here right now is the faith piece. I'm feeling this
Yes.
really strongly, and maybe
Yes.
because
Faith and
this
surrender. Yeah.
yeah, maybe because this has been my work over the last couple of years, I'm feeling it, but I'm feeling spirit is talking to me right now, and so I'm feeling that the planet needs more faith. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Those are the words. The planet needs more faith and
Yeah.
trust, and
Yeah.
that is not. It's every single one of us need to work
Yeah.
on our. That's what I'm picking up right now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
when we think we have surrendered, it we need to surrender more, right? And
Yeah.
that's Gabby Bernstein. She talks about that. When
Yeah.
you think you surrender, surrender again.
Oh, I just got chills. Yeah. Yeah.
And if something is coming up for you at a point in your life where you think, "Holy shit, I've already healed this,"
Yeah.
you've healed layers of it.
Yeah.
It's like my money stuff. I healed
Yeah.
layers of it, yeah, and I did
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing. And when I look back, I'm very proud of myself, what I did and how
Yeah.
I've healed. This was yet another deeper.
Yeah.
My cousin said to me, "Oh, you're going deep. You're
Yeah.
going to the depths of the ocean." And I was like, "I don't want to go to the depths."
Too bad you've been chosen.
Right? And that's just it. You've been chosen. And
You've
so,
been chosen.
there's a point at which where you can say, "Man, I'm so grateful that I'm actually honored that you
Yeah.
chose me to go through
Yeah.
this because
Yeah.
I know that I'm meant for greatness, and I know that with this crap that I went through, I know that I'm meant to serve the masses with this.
Yes.
I have no doubt about that,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
means you
Amen.
are that means you are too. Every
Yeah.
single one of you
Yes.
watching this are meant for something
Yeah.
greater. As Elvira just said, if you're watching this, chances are you're a light worker, right?
Yeah.
You're here for much bigger purpose. That means
Yeah.
you're probably this woman I was with on Saturday said, "Oh boy, we're going to go through some stuff then." Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And it's okay. So
And
be
it's okay
grateful
because we're together. We're together. We're not doing it
you're
alone.
never alone.
If we're stuck in the muck all on our own, it can be really scary. And I lived there for years. I know what it's like.
Yeah,
But now that I'm living over here and I've got community of people that is working with me, like they hold space as
yeah,
I go through my muck situations as well. And I have coaches and I've worked with healers, and these are available to all of us. We
mhm,
just have to reach out. And as you were talking there, Lisa, again, just a reminder, Marianne Williamson said and she was speaking about what's in the Course in Miracles that you were just reading from. A miracle is a shift from
and
fear
perception.
to
Mhm.
faith. From
It's one of my
fear to
favorite
faith. One of my
quotes.
favorite, yes. So again, just reminding everyone watching that if you're in fear, you can choose faith and
Yeah,
ask for a way out. Ask your higher power, show me a way out of this fear so that I can move into faith. What is it that I need right now? And
yeah.
move towards that. And you don't have to do it alone. Move to what moves you and go there.
And this is what my mom said too, so strongly. Like when I call her and I'm like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little bit." Lisa, stop. You cannot be in fear and faith at the same time. You cannot
Exactly.
be in spirit. You either believe it or you don't.
Yeah.
Period. She's
Exactly.
being hard with me.
Yeah. No, that's good. Mama wisdom. I love it. I
I
love
love
it.
my Janet says, "Lisa, you are talking directly to my soul right now." Thank you, Janet. This is so good. And Tori Joe says, "I gave up resistance and I'm now holding space for myself."
Mm,
Beautiful. And
thank
that
you.
that just feels so good, right? Giving up the resistance because
Yeah.
fear is resistance, right? We're
Yeah.
resisting. And my biggest thing that I'm working through right now too, if I can be vulnerable and share, is some control stuff that I still
Yeah.
have. I can feel that. And
Yeah.
so that's part of giving up the resistance, right?
Yeah.
Is I want to control things around me. I want to control people, mainly in my home.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. So,
Been
and I want
there.
to and I want to control outcomes for them because
Yeah.
I just want my daughter to be happy. And
Yes.
I said to my mom, but I know what's going to make her happy. And I know that when she does this, and I know, and my mom said, "Okay, are you done? You hear the statements of I." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I just know."
Yeah. You're amazing. You're amazing. But you know
It's-
what? You have that awareness, Lisa, right? And when you're aware, you can choose another way.
yeah,
So this is where, yeah, our children are divinely gifted to us. They chose us. They chose
you
us
know,
because they know we'd be the right mamas to turn them into who they were meant to be.
yep,
And your daughter, she chose you. Her little soul chose you.
I know.
And if you're going through this struggle of control, you're going to get through it. You know, as you're going through it, it's not necessarily fun, but you will get through it. I
Yeah,
struggled with my son and trying to control him for so long. And now it's like, buddy, you are good on your own. And even though you don't believe in God, because my son, he's hugely science and everything has to be proven. Even though you don't believe in God, you know, like just, you know, he says, I believe in me, mom. When I say, you know, like he was raised as a Catholic, you know, and went to Catholic school, Catholic high school, and now he doesn't. But because he's all science, he's a, you know, computer scientist. But you know, it's like I had to step back from trying like to save him, right? I'm, oh my God, like the old me would have gone into like, you don't believe in God, oh my God, you're gonna die a sinner and all this stuff, right? And then when I became spiritual, I realized that I am divine, you are divine, right? It's not just God. God created all of us, or the universe or source, whatever you believed it. And so now it's like I have faith that that source that created all of us has got him, and I don't need to worry about him,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's on his path.
yeah,
And when I really embodied that, my life really transformed.
yeah.
And he's happier because he knows his mama's not worried about him and she's not trying to control him. And so, you know, it just how we show up energetically affects our children, and having faith and not control can really affect them
Oh,
positively.
huge, huge. And just something came to me that Wayne Dyer, I'm finding a quote because, and if Janet listens or sorry gets these quotes every day, she will resonate with this one too. But the first thing that came to me when you talked about that is two things. One, I think it would be easier if my daughter didn't live with me and wasn't under my nose and I knew what she
Mm,
was doing. Truly.
yeah, yeah.
Then I would be like, okay. But
Okay.
Wayne Dyer would say, when your son says, um, I believe in me,
Yeah.
Wayne Dyer, I know right now, he just came to me.
Yeah.
Well, you are God.
Yeah. Well, that's what I told him. Yes. I said,
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
you're divine. I believe I'm divine. And he's like,
Okay. So
cool
listen
concept,
to
mom. Anyway, go ahead.
this quote. So as I was thinking and talking to my mom yesterday about all of this, this is you can't make this shit up, Elvira. We cannot
Never.
focus upon the weaknesses of one another and evoke strengths. You cannot focus upon the things that you think they are doing wrong and evoke things that will make you feel better. You've got to beat the drum that makes you feel good when you beat it. And when you do, you'll be a strong signal of influence that will help them to reconnect with who they are.
Love that. Mic drop right there.
I
Yeah.
said that to my mom. I said, "Oh my gosh, look at this that just came through." And then I just thought,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I gotta let it go. I have
Yeah.
to. I can't make her feel bad for choices she's. I
Yeah.
can't. That's shaming her, and I know
Yeah.
that I'm shaming her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm contributing to the very thing that I don't want. Right. So, I have to just back off
Yeah.
and keep telling her I love her. That's it.
Yeah,
Period.
exactly. Exactly. And trust that the divine, even if she goes through something rough, she's meant to go through that
I
to
know.
make her more of who she's supposed to be.
I
I
know.
trust that everything is happening in my son's life for him, not to him. Even if there's struggles, I know that he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I have ultimate faith in that. And having a mama that has ultimate faith in you
Yeah.
is a really lovely thing to have in life, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Like my mama believes in me and she's 83,
Yeah.
and you know, she doesn't have struggles with me. She has struggles with my brother
Yeah.
because she doesn't it's not the same relationship. My
Yeah.
brother hasn't done the inner work. My brother tries to control him. My brother tries to control her. She tries to control him. So
Yeah.
there's a control drama going on. With my mother and I, it's totally different.
Yeah.
And you know, like my brother said to me, you know, years ago, when COVID hit, he's like, what do you do when like mom, you know, like freaks out on you and tells you you're not doing it right and is trying to control you and all this? And I said, she doesn't do that to me.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe it because it's the same mother. But how he shows up energetically is one thing, and how I show up is
Yes.
different.
100%.
Same mother.
And each and every, I love that poem from I hope I don't
Kahil Gibran.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, that they come through us.
Yes.
You know that everybody knows it.
Yes.
It's such a
Yes.
beautiful poem. And they literally have their own souls.
Yeah.
They have their own guidance system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who the hell am I to think that I can guide them better than
Yeah.
her soul? That's ridiculous when you think about it.
Thank you. Huge awareness right there, Lisa.
Huge
Thank
awareness.
you. Yeah.
And I tell you, my relationship shifted with my mom when I let go of control as well. Because for so long, you know, she lives on her own. She's doesn't go out anywhere. She really doesn't have friends, and she sits and knits, and she, you know. And I was like, Mom, you should go out. You should do it. Like all of this stuff, and it was causing like it was frustrating me,
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
frustrating her. And now, you know, I am so unattached to it
Yeah. You
that
just love her. Just
I
love
love
her.
it. And you
Yeah.
know what? I'm
That's
going
it.
out
That's what
here in
it
March, like 13th, like I leave, and I'm so excited to just sit with her
yeah.
and just
Oh,
talk to her.
just be.
She's
Yeah.
gonna teach
Yeah.
me how to knit, and we're just gonna
Yeah.
be together. That's it. Be. That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's so
you
beautiful.
know, like I'm really looking forward to that part. I really,
Yeah.
really am. So yeah,
Love
man,
it.
it's
Yay.
I know. Oh my goodness. You
These shows go by so quickly. Honestly, we're just
I'm
so
like,
in the
those
moment. It's like a
are very
few seconds. Yeah.
right? Because I could just keep going, but I won't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, thank
Thank you
you.
to
I hope this
everyone.
has served, you know, you all on here and those that are watching later. I really hope this has served you, and can start to move you out of a place, so you're not stuck. We don't wanna stay
Yeah.
stuck in it,
Yeah.
right?
And reach out to Lisa or I if we
Yeah,
can serve you at all. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We are here to serve. That is
Yeah.
what we are here for. We are all walking one another home. So
Mm.
please, if that resonates with you, yes, like Elvira said, reach out to one of us. Don't feel like you need to do this alone.
Yeah.
And until next time, we love you all, and we're so grateful you show up every single week for us. I honestly, I am so grateful for that and for all
We
of
are grateful. Yes,
very
absolutely. Yes.
so grateful. I mean, Elvira and I know her and I say this is the best part of our week. And,
Oh,
you know, the two of us,
love
I
this
just have so much
conversation.
gratitude and so much love
Yeah,
for Elvira and all of
me
you.
too.
So
Yes.
holding space for all of you as we always do, both of us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next week, we will see you then. Bye for now.
3, 2,